video of plane spotting Henry. Today we are at Blackpool Airshow, ready to see our first aircraft, the Red Arrows, as they should be coming right by the one and only famous Blackpool town.
I've said the team arriving in our world famous Diamond 9 and our trademark red, white and blue outside the back. As they pull up, you can really see that platform of our trademark Diamond 9 with the white smoke comes on, and reds 8 and 9 make their way left and right to change the shape from Diamond 9 into 9 Arrow. The team arrive at around about 450 miles per hour. They'll reach a height of about 5,500 to 6,000 feet over the top of that loop, before Red 1 brings them down to our minimum altitude over the sea, which is about 300 feet, and then twist them around to the left.
As there you can see the first loop of the day for the Royal Air Force Red Arrows.
Leading the team this year, we have a new Red 1, a new team leader for 2024. That's squad leader John Button, known as Bundy. He's been in the Red Arrows 5 years before previously. He took a year out in 2023 before joining us as the team leader for 2024. 6 and 7 split at the back there. Coming in from the left, the smoke comes on for Vixen. Bundy is a former Typhoon pilot and a former qualified flying instructor on the Tucano, where he was the Tucano display pilot in 2012. There are actually 11 pilots on the Red Arrows. You have Reds 1 through 9 displaying for you today. And then myself, Red 10, former Tornado GR4 pilot, former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk Team Mark II. I fly the spare jet everywhere and also do some photo chasing. Of course, we are commanded by Wing Commander Adam Collins, Red 11. Former Tornado GR4 pilot, and he flew the F-111 while on exchange with the Royal Australian Air Force. The team changed formation, and in celebration and tribute to all those participants of D-Day earlier this year, we celebrated the 80th anniversary. To pay tribute and commemoration to all that took part, this is Spitfire. Of Red 1 is Red 2, squad leader Chris McCann. Chris is in his first year on the team, and uniquely he was taken from training and straight into an instructor role on the Tucano. After which he then joined the world famous 617, the Dam Buster Squadron, flying the Tornado GR4, where he received his Air Force Cross for service over Afghanistan. His opposite number on the left-hand side is Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Dustin Wales, known as Dusty, originally from Zimbabwe. He's a former Typhoon pilot, first year on the team. He flew with 11 Squadron, instructor on 29 Squadron, and was also on the Test and Evaluation Squadron, 41 Squadron, all based at RAF Coventry in Lincolnshire. The smoke comes on for Red 4 and 5 as all the left and right sections either side of that centre step make their way rearward for the next formation. November 2023, it was the 20th anniversary of the final flight of one of the most iconic aircraft ever created in aviation history. As the team roll out, there is no mistaking the wonderful and majestic shape of the iconic Concorde board. Once again, the team pull up at over 450 miles per hour. The expertise of the pilot showing maintaining formation in a looping manoeuvre. And not only that, we make it even more difficult as we change the shape from Concorde into Cygnet. The aircraft now slowing to over 120 miles an hour at the top of that loop, 5,500 feet up. The controls being a lot less responsive. The pilot's working extremely hard to maintain that formation. Conversely, now this aircraft is starting to accelerate through 200, 300, 400 miles per hour as Red 1 brings the Cygnet formation around to the left. of that Cygnet formation as those wings start to flex forward as red 4, 6, 8 and 9 move forward. The 6 and 7 at the back start to split. All the pilots now looking left and right down their left hand and right hand shoulders towards red 1. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Blackpool, get your cameras ready for the colourful Phoenix.
Here we are, ready to see them in the red, white and blue smoke.
See all the colours?
In the middle of that right wing is red 4, Flight Lieutenant Ollie Sutherland. He's in his second year on the team. He was red 4 last year. He remained as red 4 and took up the role affectionately known as Uncle Needed. This means he is a mentor, works alongside red 1 during winter training to ensure that the pilots attain and maintain the appropriate standards required of a Red Arrows pilot. All the Red Arrows must have 1,500 passenger hours before they can apply to join the team, be assessed as above average and have 1 operational tour. They are then taken through a rigorous selection process and we take all the applicants down to the final 3 who join the team for the new season at the end of the previous one. The team now come around from the right for the Chevron Roll. On that front row on the left-hand side is Flight Lieutenant George Hobday. Red 5 in his first year on the team. He's a former Typhoon pilot, having flown operations over Syria and Iraq, as well as the Eastern European Air Policing Patrol in the face of the aggressive Russia. Of course, the Red Arrows is not just about the pilots. We have a team of over 140 personnel. 120 of them are the engineers, the mechanics, the public relations, the administrators, and they are known as the Blues, due to the colour of their coveralls that they are wearing. And we have a number of Blues in us today. We have myself, we have AS1 Lewis here on the plates with me, we have Corporal Di outside the front, and we have a number of Blues at our public relations tent. So please pop along during the day, have a word with them, find out about their roles in the Royal Air Force, and of course their roles in the Red Arrows. You'll see the team now start to split with Reds 8 and 9 sitting on trail on the rest of the formation for one of the most popular, if not the most popular manoeuvre the Red Arrows fly. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your cameras ready. It's the Tornado! The broad call is made from Red 9 as Red 8 and 9 roll around the smoke of the rest of the formation. But watch for that colour change as Red 1 brings the team around down the line.
Red, white and blue colours shine again.
In that front section of aircraft, they are flying with their air brakes out. There's a small door at the base of the aircraft towards the rear. This has twofold effects. The first effect means the pilots are flying with a higher throttle setting, and thereby it produces a hotter engine gas temperature. And that makes the smoke colours burn a lot more brightly. In addition to that, it disturbs the airflow outside the back of the aeroplane. It makes that smoke billow a lot more fuller, and therefore in certain manoeuvres in the show we will use it to enhance those manoeuvres. As said, we have the Blues on the team, but inside those Blues are 11 individuals we get to fly in the back of our aircraft in between displays when we cannot take the full engineering complement. They are known as Circus. And one individual with me at every show is Circus 10. That's Corporal Phil Dye here with me today. He's out front filming the show for safety and debriefing purposes. And he is also responsible for many of the videos and the pictures taken from my aircraft you see across social media when we're flying around the display. As we come to the end of the first half, this will be your last opportunity to get a picture of the Red Arrows in our iconic Diamond 9. So from the right, in Diamond 9, the Red Arrows.
Final stunt now.
As we go into the second half, you'll now see a manoeuvre not flown since 2003. Get your cameras ready, it's the 5-4 split. And the off to the right you have Reds 1 through 5. They are now known as Enid, named after Enid Blyton's famous 5 from the children's books. Off to the left you have 6, 7, 8, 9, known as Hanna, named after squad leader Hanna Break, one of the most famous aviators in RAF history. He was one of the first members of the Red Arrows, the only team leader to lead the team for 4 years. He took the team from a 7-ship to a 9-ship and formed our trademark Diamond 9. Enid from the right, Hanna from the left, for the 5 full cross. Keep your eye on Enid to the left-hand side. The Red Arrows were formed in 1964 with our first public display in 1965. And we were actually formed from 3 different teams who were around at the time. The Red Pelicans, the Black Arrows and the Yellow Jacks. We took the red from the Red Pelicans, the arrows from the Black Arrows, and we took the aircraft from the Yellow Jacks. And in celebration and commemoration to that aircraft, from the right, Enid flying the Gnat. The Red Arrows continued to fly the Gnat right the way up until 1980 when we took control of the Hawk 2 Mark 1, which is the aircraft that we still fly today. The Hawk itself is 50 years old this year. It's an extremely agile and extremely fun aircraft to fly, one of the favourites of all the pilots that fly it, and are perfect for the job that the Red Arrows require them to do. As Enid go off to the left, look directly to your front. You're looking for the smoke of Red 6, 7, 8 and 9 as the red and blue come on from Red 8 and 9. Get your cameras ready. It's the Hanna Break. We have Red 7 and 8 to our left-hand side, Red 6 and 9 to our right-hand side. And essentially the Synchro pair are led by the Synchro leader, that is Red 6, Flight Lieutenant Stuart Roberts. Off to our right is Rosie White. She was in his 3rd and final year on the team. He's a former Typhoon pilot with 11 and 12 squadron based at RAF Coventry and has taken part in numerous operations overseas. Each pair of aircraft will now dive down to approximately only 100 feet above the sea. They'll have a closing speed of anywhere between 800 and 900 miles per hour, looking to pass each other within only 30 metres. Get your cameras ready once again for the Hanna Pass. Red 8 and 9 going up vertical, and Red 6 and 7 staying flat. Red 6 to our left, Red 7 off to our right. Red 7 is squad leader Tom Hansford. Tom is in his 2nd year on the team. He was Red 3 last year. He's a former Typhoon pilot, former qualified weapons instructor on the Typhoon, as Red 6 and 7 turn to each other for Cyclone. As the Synchro pair leave directly to our front, coming in from the left-hand side over the central pier is Red 9, travelling at over 450 miles per hour. Red 9 is Flight Lieutenant Patrick Kershaw, known as Paddy. Paddy is also in his 3rd and final year on the team. He's a former Tornado GR4 and Typhoon pilot and qualified flying instructor of the Hawk, as he lines up with Enid in the distance for the Goose. Red 9 climbing high, smoking the red, the white and the blue on his vertical climb, as Red 1 brings Enid around to the right.
Red, white and blue, you can see it again, very common for the Red Arrows.
As Enid leaves to our front left-hand side, look directly to your front. You can just about see the Synchro pair running in. Red 6 leading Red 7. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your cameras ready. This is you do not want to miss. The smoke comes on from the world famous Synchro. And coming in from the top right hand side, you might just be able to see Red 8 as he smokes and spears the heart. Red 8 is Flight Lieutenant Rich Walker, former Harrier pilot, former Typhoon pilot and instructor on the Hawk T-Mark 2. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Red 6, 7 and 8 a massive round of applause for the wonderful heart over the skies of Blackpool.
There you go.
And I personally would like to dedicate today's heart to my parents, Carol and Keith, who are sitting just on the front to my left-hand side. Love you lots, Mum and Dad. Keep an eye for Red 6 and 7 once again diving down to only 100 feet. They'll have a closing speed of over 800 miles per hour. They'll pass each other with only 30 metres and go unsighted at the last possible second for opposition barrel roll.
That is meant to look like they're going to crash, but at the last second they will separate.
As the Synchro pair leave rearwards, look to your front on the left-hand side. Red 1 bringing Enid in, joined by Red 8 and 9. Once again, pulling up at over 450 miles per hour. Red 1 will twist them around to the right. Once again, get your cameras ready for the Vixen Vertical Break.
The Vixen now being performed, diving right up into the sky, climbing into very high altitude, and back down we go with the blue, red and white spray.
Keep looking to the left, keep looking to the right. You're looking for the Synchro pair, the white smoke will be on. This time you've got Red 6 coming in from the left, Red 7 coming in from the right. Once again, down at only 100 feet, close speed up to 900 miles per hour. They'll pass each other within only 100 feet wingtip to wingtip. Each aircraft will conduct a 360-degree aileron roll. Go is the call for Red 6 as each aircraft now pull up to 6G, which means everything about them is now weighing 5 to 6 times heavier than what you and I are as we stand on the promenade. They'll reach a height of over 2,500 feet. They'll be 60 degrees inverted on the way down before rolling the correct way up to complete the manoeuvre we call the Boomerang. As the Synchro pair once again leads to our rears, look to your front right hand side, just over the top of the lifeboat, you'll see Enid running back in with the white smoking trail. The red, white and the blue comes on as Red 1 flies a barrel roll manoeuvre, leaving a snake-like smoke trail in the sky in the first part of a manoeuvre we call the Serpent. As the team come past, you can really see our world famous red, white and blue. That red, white and blue is only capable due to the smoke pod, which is the small tank under the belly of the aeroplane. That smoke pod is capable of producing approximately 5 minutes of white smoke, 1 minute of red smoke and 1 minute of blue smoke. With each of the colours having their own individual button on the pilot's control column, and through winter training we come up with a smoke plan to ensure we have the right colour smoke at the right time in the display and that we do not run out. Reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 now moved up alongside Red 1, pulling up to 4G, looking 90 degrees along their shoulder. The smoke comes on to finish off the coils of the Serpent with the Enid in tango formation. left side over the top of the pier, you can see Hanna running back in. 6 rolling in. Easing up as 6 now has to push and then start to roll to do an inverted barrel roll. Red 6 now working hard against the negative G. That means all the blood now is rushing into his head. Working hard as Red 7, 8 and 9 hold on to his wings to complete the manoeuvre called mirror roll. And the manoeuvre finished by a rollback conducted by Red 9 on the left and Red 8 on the right. Look to your left-hand side and you can see Enid running back in once again over the top of the pier. The smoke coming on from Enid. 2 and 3, roll go. 2 and 3, roll to the outside. Clear go as Red 4 and 5 roll to the outside. In one of the hardest manoeuvres for our new pilot to master this year, this is the rollback. The motto of the Red Arrows is a clap, which means excellence. And that means every single member of the team, from the officer commanding all the way down to the newest member, is striving for excellence in everything that we do. And we'd like to think that we leave the squadron in a better place from when we found it. Look directly to your front and you'll see Hanna running back in. As I said, 2024 celebrates our diamond display season, our 60th anniversary. Look for Red 8 and 9. Red 8 smoking blue, Red 9 smoking red. For those of you at Crowd Centre, you will see a wonderful 60 in the sky to celebrate 60 display seasons of the Red Arrows. The show's not over. Keep your eye on Red 6 and 7. Once again, they'll pop up to approximately 1,000 to 1,500 feet. They'll turn hard back towards the display line for their final manoeuvre of the show. Back down to that 100 feet, that closing speed of over 800 miles per hour. Each aircraft performing a dynamic barrel roll for the colourful and dynamic Synchro double roll. Nose like twinkling in the distance of Enid plus 8 and 9 for the Vixen Break. Blackpool, it's been an honour and a pleasure. Please put your hands together for the 2024 Royal Air Force Air Backer Team. It's the
That is it for the Red Arrows, the wonderful and only Red Arrows, as they finish here at Blackpool Airshow. In a loop, all aircraft. Red 1 puts his smoke on. He'll gather the rest of the formation, take them back to Blackpool Airport. As said, our engineers will turn the aircraft, they'll refuel them, put dying smokers. They'll turn the aircraft,